Right. Hello there, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that so many of us experience, but, well, maybe don't fully understand: living in a loud, fast paced world as an introvert. If you've ever felt completely exhausted in a noisy room, or felt this constant pressure to act like an outgoing extrovert, you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to explore the actual science behind introversion and share some highly practical social strategies. Here is our quick roadmap for today. First, what is an introvert? Second, inside the introverted brain. Third, the art of deep conversations. Fourth, networking on your own terms. And finally, recharging your social battery. Let's get straight into it.
So let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt just completely drained after a party, even if you actually had a really good time? If you're nodding your head yes, I want to validate those feelings for you straight away. That exhaustion is not a flaw in your character, not at all. It is a very real biological response.
Which brings us to section 1. What is an introvert? Let's clear up some common misunderstandings about quiet people. People often mix up three very different things. First, there's introversion, which is simply a natural preference for a quiet, calm place. It's really just about how you manage your energy. Then there's shyness, which is feeling awkward because you're worried people might judge you. And finally, social anxiety, which is an actual medical condition involving an intense fear of being watched. So introversion is not a fear. You can be a highly confident introvert who simply prefers a quiet room over a loud, busy party.
The author Susan Cain puts it brilliantly. She says, introverts are mistaken for being antisocial. Actually, they're differently social. I love that. It means introverts prefer to spend their precious energy on a few close friends. We seek out deep, meaningful chats, rather than just trying to know as many people as possible.
Okay, let's move on to section 2, inside the introverted brain. We're going to look at the actual science to show you that introversion is a genuine physical difference in how our brains are wired.
Think of it like this. Extroverts, well, they run on dopamine. That's a brain chemical linked to excitement and rewards. They need quite a lot of it to feel awake and happy. But introverts, we rely on the chemical called acetylcholine, which is linked to calm, focus, and deep thought. Think of an introvert's brain like a highly sensitive sponge. It absorbs stimulation so quickly, which means it reaches its limit much faster than an extrovert's brain would.
And this isn't just a theory. Research from Cambridge University Press shows exactly how this works. Neuroscience proves that information in an introvert's brain actually travels along a longer, more complex road. It passes through areas linked to memory and planning. This means introverts think deeply and naturally look at every single angle. But because of all this deep thinking, socializing simply takes a lot more mental energy. It drains your battery faster. So, knowing that socializing takes more energy, let's look at section 3. The art of deep conversations. How can we communicate effectively without trying to change who we naturally are? Here is a brilliant, easy trick to start conversations without the dread of small talk. It's called the Ford technique. That's F-O-R-D. F is for family, O is for occupation or your job, R is for recreation, like hobbies, and D is for dreams. Having just one simple question ready for each of these categories gives you a reliable map to follow. It takes the pressure right off you and helps create those deep connections that introverts really enjoy. Now, if you ever find yourself panicking, thinking, oh no, what do I say next? Try a clever little trick called parroting. Don't worry, you don't have to squawk like a bird. You simply repeat the last few words the other person just said. I know, it sounds almost too simple to work, but it acts like a gentle prompt that keeps them talking. It makes them feel truly heard, which introverts are naturally quite good at anyway, all while taking the pressure off you to come up with a new topic. Right, let's apply these ideas to the workplace. In section 4, networking on your own terms. Professional events are often the most stressful places for introverts, but honestly, they don't have to be. The hardest part of networking is usually that awkward silence right before you say hello. Instead of panicking and forgetting what to say, you can use a tiny cheat sheet. We can break it down into 3 easy steps: arrival, group entry, and introduction. Let's look at exactly what you can say. First up, the arrival. When you first walk in, you need a safe, low-risk sentence to break the ice. You can simply say, "Hi, I'm Name. I'm just finding my way around. Is this where we check in?" It's brilliant because it gives you a clear mission and gets you talking to someone straight away without any pressure. Step 2 is group entry. When you spot a group you'd like to join, try not to overthink it. A simple, polite phrase is all you need here. Something like, "Mind if I join you? This sounds like an interesting conversation." This allows you to enter the discussion smoothly and quietly, and then you can just settle in and use your natural listening skills. And finally, the introduction. You absolutely do not need a loud, flashy sales pitch. Just use a clean, honest script that explains why you are there. Try, "I'm Name, I work in field, and I came today to meet more people in area." It is calm, it is clear, and it is highly effective. Also, keep this in mind. You don't actually have to attend large, stressful events to network. For introverts, one-to-one chats and digital platforms like LinkedIn are often much stronger tools. You can write thoughtful summaries or comment on posts right from the comfort of your quiet home. Written evidence of your skills builds up over time, and it plays perfectly to your natural strengths. Which brings us to our fifth and final section, recharging your social battery. Protecting your energy and preventing burnout is absolutely essential. Research from the East African Scholars Journal points out something vital here. Being alone is not a weakness. It is a necessary tool for self-care. But the key detail is that this alone time must be your own choice. When an introvert actively chooses to spend time alone, it significantly reduces stress and helps heal the mind. Because if you don't take that time to recharge, you'll end up with an introvert hangover. Yes, that is a real thing. It's a real physical exhaustion, brain fog, or even a bad mood caused by a totally drained social battery. Since your brain uses so much energy processing complex social interactions, you can feel physically tired, even if you were just sitting down all evening. It is a genuine biological reaction to too much noise and stimulation. To recover quickly, experts suggest a 20-minute sensory reset. Create a calm space at home to relax your nervous system. Try using soft, warm lamps instead of harsh, bright lights. Keep the temperature comfortable. Around 20 to 22 degrees Celsius is ideal. Keep the room tidy too, so your brain doesn't have to process a visual mess. And maybe bring in some natural elements, like a few plants. Setting up a space like this actually helps introverts recover up to 40% faster. So we've looked at the science and we've walked through the strategies. Your introverted traits, your deep thinking, your careful observation, and your meaningful communication, these are not weaknesses at all. They are incredibly valuable strengths. Managing your social energy wisely just ensures that you have the energy to share these gifts with the world. I'll leave you with this final thought today. How will you use your introversion as a superpower today? Thank you so much for watching this explainer, and I will see you next time.